All right, so problem number 2 was difficult for a lot of people, probably just because it's probably not because of the math, because I know that you guys know how to do this. We had a whole unit on negative numbers and how to add and subtract and multiply and divide them. So I know you know how to do this. I think it's just in the interpretation of the words that makes it a little challenging. So let's go through this. So one of the particles in the atom is called an electron, which this all should be kind of a review for you if you were in Miss Hesch's class, because I know she has already done this periodic table and all that fun stuff. It is a charge, so the electron has a charge of -1. Another particle in the atom is a proton. It has a charge of +1. The overall charge of an atom is the sum of the charges of the electrons and protons. So here's the list, yada yada. Find the overall charge for the rest of the atoms on the list. All right. So basically, what it's telling you is the sum. So the sum is the answer to an addition problem. The sum of the electrons and the protons, or the charges from those two different particles, is going to give you your overall charge for the actual atom. So in this case, we have -6 plus +6, which gives you a 0 for carbon. So the overall charge of one carbon atom is 0. It's a neutral charge. All right, let's look at aluminum. Aluminum has 10 electrons, so it has -10 charges from electrons, and then has 13 protons. So when we're adding these together, because we are talking about the sum, we have a -10 plus a +13. That is going to leave you with a +3. Yes, you do need to have this positive sign. Kind of important. All right. So phosphide, we have a -18 and a +15. When I add those together, since the negative number, the 18 is the larger number of the two, my answer is going to be a -3, because when you're adding numbers that have different signs, this is just a review for all y'all, when you're adding numbers with different signs, I need to make that addition sign a little better. There we go. So, third time. When you're adding numbers with different sides, you subtract the numbers and then keep the sign of the larger one, which in this case is the 18, so you keep that negative sign. So we have 18 minus 15 is equal to 3, and then we have this negative sign, so my answer for this is going to be that -3. So, just a reminder, if you do ever need help with any of this stuff, let me know, or definitely look back in your interactive notebook, because all your notes are still there, and that's why we have, that's why I wanted you to have this notebook and to make it, so you do have this as a constant reference for you. All right, now onto iodide. It's a -54, so that means it has 54 electrons, and then 53 protons. Again, you're adding numbers with different signs, so you're going to keep the sign of the larger number after subtracting them. So 54 minus 53 is 1. Keep the larger sign. So if you add -54 and 53, that gives you a -1. All right. And now we look at tin. Tin has 50 electrons and 50 protons. So when you add a -50 and a +50, they cancel each other out to give you 0. So this is what your table should look like. So please make sure you have that all filled out.